Greetings and hallucinations, ladies and lads. I am Chancellor of the harmonious frequencies of the mighty Empire of Onion, and this is Dead by Daylight. Well, towards the end of the last episode, you might have guessed that Bebop and I were about to go and learn some things about the obstacles that are present throughout the game. Unfortunately, with him acting as the killer and myself in the role of the survivor, as he got close to my character, the music got really loud, and the heartbeat sound effect was also really loud. I did not have the forethought to turn down these effects in-game, and so I've been forced to locate a audio filter to apply to the clip that tries to bring our voices out above these sounds. It does sound a little bit weird, and so I apologize profusely for this, but it's very instructional. Lots of good information, tips, and tricks about the game, and ways to use the environment to your advantage as a survivor. So, if you can stand the weird sound, I hope that you enjoy, and I hope that you're able to learn something and get something useful out of it.
And you can pick whatever perk you wanted to if you wanted to try out builds in this mode as well. You have access to every offering, everything.
Oh wow, holy cow.
I'm gonna take us to Coldwind Farm because that's the best place to explain. I'd say if I was gonna take anything, it would be something to heal yourself with, like a good med kit. That way you can heal yourself over practicing. You don't have to though. If anything, I'll just pick you up and let you get off my shoulder.
Alright, I don't know if I did good, but I picked some.
Just anything to practice with would be good. Anything that sounds good, because really, if you wanted to get like a good perk build that you think that you'd be happy with, it takes too long to just be guessing. And I did that like when I played. I was just like, oh, maybe I'll like this. So I leveled like David up to level 40, and I was like, I don't like this.
Oh no.
So. Yeah, Coldwind Farm is easily one of like the best survivor maps, so it'd be good to explain. Okay, I see. Let's see. Oh, did you take Gnome either? Okay.
I must not have read it correctly.
That's okay. It's one of the worst perks in the game. Like,
Read on.
people take. Okay, so this is a jungle gym, and you can see that they'll have some sort of like jigsaw puzzle layout like this, right? But they always look the same. You'll see a pallet right here, and that means that a window is always going to be over there. And how it's done is you're going to want to try to bait me into going clockwise around it. So you run over here, and then you jump through, and then you go back to the pallet. So I'm not going to want to run around through the window. So I'm going to try to go around you, and see you're safe.
Ah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So try to you run around again. I'm gonna try to get you real quick, and you see my red stain. You can see the red.
Yeah. Yep.
Right. So you want to try to bait me into making sure that you can go clockwise through this. Okay, so that's one. And so you'll always know that you can identify that one. And this one's a big one, right? This one's called a T-wall because this wall's a T.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
And how this one works is very similar. You have to basically make me go clockwise, right? And you want to do the other one. You want to do the other way. You want to be jumping through this one, and then running around here and jumping through this one. You always want to be going clockwise in that way. So like how you're going now is how you want to go. So right here, right? This is how you would do it. You would jump through this window, and then you would go left, and then that's going to make me want to come around here, and that's when you would turn around the other way and go here, right?
Okay.
And then you try to go left, and then that's going to bait me to go that way, and then you would run around the other way. So you don't want to ever be crossing from here to here. Never be crossing from here to here.
Okay. Go around the outside.
Yeah, but you always want to jump the window and then go left, and then hurry up and turn around again. And then go left, and then hurry up and turn around again. But like a little bit sooner. So I'll miss, go. It's like as soon as you can see that the red stain is like that, so that's how this T-wall works. You fake left, and then you go clockwise right around. So that's easily identifiable because you'll see it on every map, and there's just two windows right there.
Okay.
So how loops work is you want to run around like at least you can run every killer around at least twice. But if you think that they're gonna try to go for you like this, right? You can run around once more.
Okay.
Or if they're respecting pallets, you can do one more loop around. So I'm gonna be on this side, and I'm gonna try to come get you, and you could try to go around a few times. So you can see my red stain. I got it right there. I got you right there too. Okay, now let's see. Now this is the final jungle gym right here. And it works the same way as the other ones. You'll see a pallet right here, and when you know that there's a pallet right here, you know that there's going to be a window that you can run clockwise to, and then fake left, and then continue running clockwise. So you're going to be running this way, fake left, turn right, and then you'll be safe at the pallet again. And then if I respected it, you can either throw the pallet, or if you think I'm going to respect it, then you can try to go for the window again, and that's how that jungle gym works. So almost all of them, you're going to be faking left, concentrating on the blood stain, and then trying to get back to the pallet. So those are the three jungle gyms, and okay, and then these are infinites, and what an infinite means is, you know how there's the killer shack, which is that building in every place?
Yes.
That's always called an infinite. But there are infinites that are exclusive to every map, and this is one of them. And what it means is you can run around, you can jump over a vault 3 times before it blocks you from being able to jump over it again.
Oh.
And at that point, you'd say to yourself, I should be hit now, because now I should have nowhere to go. Infinites, what determines an infinite is the fact that there's a pallet here, and you could smack me with it and then be able to get away without even taking a single hit, even though you jumped over 3 times over that vault.
Okay.
So you should be able to run me around this meat tree, and then jump over the vault, and you got to keep tight. You got to keep tight to the walls. And see, since vaulting takes so long for the killer, you should be able to jump over. Yep. See, just like that, and then I'm vaulting, and then right now you definitely throw the pallet because you wouldn't be able to make it. But you see, like I just chased you for like maybe 10-15 seconds, and I get nothing out of it, and it's the same thing with the killer shack.
Aha.
Like you think to yourself, I should be able to get something out of it. No, not out of that exchange. So the killer shack is definitely, you definitely have to like pay attention to the red stain, because this whole thing is a mind game, because you lose sight of the killer. So you don't know, like neither of you know where each other are basically at any given moment. So you can very easily trick them. And then if you want to vault that window 3 times, at the end of it, then you can throw that pallet, and then they get nothing out of it. And the way that the killer shack pallet works is that there's no way to go around it. Like I have to break it. I have to either jump out the window or break it, and that wastes too much time. So you always get away.
Aha. I
So
see
that's
that
what
it closed up now too, and it's not going to let me over.
No. There's also a perk that does that too. That like whenever the killer jumps over a vault, it closes it for the survivors.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's a really good one for closing like loops and stuff like that.
Okay.
So yeah, that's about it. There's infinites that are unique to each stage, but the ones that are always the same are the killer shack. And those 3 types of jungle gyms will be in every single stage, and then looping in general is going to be everywhere. You want to at least, well, it's not a big deal if you just throw the pallet, but you want to at least try to get 1 loop around, just to waste time, you know?
Okay. Yeah.
And also, I wanted to show you something too, something really important. You can delay a pallet throw. Like, all right, say if I don't know if you're looking back while you're running, it's not a big deal if you're not. But say if you can be like right here and still throw the pallet, and then your character will run. It will like almost teleport backwards. So you could be running and be pretty far away from the pallet and then throw it. So if you think that the killer is kind of far away, but you still want to smack him with the pallet, you can like do a very delayed pallet throw. If you're running through a pallet, you can get like a good 3 or 4 steps away before you press space, and then you'll teleport back and throw it. Coldwind Farm is like the best map.
Oh no! I'm petrified with fear. What am I gonna do?
I don't know. I don't know. So did you want to practice anything, or did you want to go back?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind taking another look at a couple of them. I guess that the pallets don't respawn though, huh?
Oh no! Oh, you wanted to go to another pallet and check it out? Oh wait! No, I still don't understand. Oh, also, I took play with your food, which was stupid of me, because it makes me faster for every time I chase somebody, but don't try to get them.
Oh.
So now I'm like trying to give you an example, and I'm like way faster than I'm supposed to be.
Yeah, I noticed you were moving pretty quick.
Yeah. I mean, it's a very impractical perk to actually take in game. Oh, I could teach you something really quick about vaulting too. There's something called a slow vault, which is what you just did, right?
Right.
And and to do a fast vault, you have to hit it at a straightwards angle.
Okay.
You can't hit it from side angle. So that's why the clockwise thing is so important, because you see how you were just hugging the wall and then you wanted to jump over it?
Yeah.
If you were to do the clockwise thing, it would always set you up to be straight and then have a clear thing to do a fast vault.
I see. That makes a huge difference, yeah.
Yeah, like a lot of the times, like say if you were on the outside of the killer shack and you were hugging the wall, even if you wanted to jump into the killer shack vault, and you were on the outside, you would want to take a wider arc and then turn into it, so that you could hit it from at a more straightwards angle. Yeah, there you go.
Aha.
A lot of people don't understand how that. They still don't understand how that works. You'll see a lot of the time it'll happen, but most of the time people are just like, "Oh, I messed up." But yeah, if you can see that someone's kind of tailing you, but they're not going to go after to hit you, and they think that you're going to run around the loop a second time, if you do a delayed pallet throw, like while you're still running, you always smack them.
Aha. Okay.
These things are completely useless. These things are for life, and life is one of those conditional sprint burst perks where you have to vault in order to trigger it.
Yeah.
So
I grabbed that one.
Yeah, so because some people use that, that's why these things are put here, but in an actual game, they're completely practical unless you have life.
Okay.
So yeah, I feel stupid because I have play with your food. I wasn't even thinking about it. Oh, this right here, if you want to come over onto these things, this is kind of I don't even know, this hay baler thing. What is it? A granary? This large machine. You can see on one side it's a vault, which is good if you have live and balanced landing. But on this side, you can get back onto it. So say if a killer's coming up, you can get on and then crouch over to the edge of that hay barrel, that like little hay square, without actually going off of it. Oh, I still hit you. But anyway, so if you were right on the very edge of it, I can't hit you, and then I would have to go around if I didn't want to vault over, and then you can just hop back over.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So you can keep messing around with them, and since this is the kind of vault that it is, you can crouch and slow and like quiet vault over it, and if you quiet vault over it, you can't trigger the entity.
Okay.
So it can last like forever. I mean, they're gonna be wise to you. So see, if I was coming over, you can go back over, and then I have to, because I literally can't climb up that hay square, so I'd have to go all the way around here. And I go, see? And then I'd say, okay, I'm going to go back around. And then this is when you'd have to jump off. But you'd be putting them in a weird position, you know?
True. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, every stage has stuff like this. So I don't know if you wanted to, I'm open to doing whatever, it's up to you. I don't know if you're enjoying this or...
It's a lot of really great information too. I don't trust myself to remember all of it, but it's definitely good stuff to know.
Yeah, the jungle gyms are static. You'll find these exact things in every single level that just, instead of like wood, it'll be like pieces of cars or something, you know? And but they're always the same. So it's good to be able to recognize them because they're in every map. And there's only 3 variants.
Aha. Okay.
Also, something to consider is when a killer is chasing you for a long time, they get something called bloodlust, and that means that they get slowly faster and faster until they hit you once.
Oh, okay.
Or they lose you. So you'll have things called bloodlust killers, where also breaking a pallet ruins bloodlust. So if you drop a pallet, right, and you see a killer is just running around instead of trying to get you, you know that they're trying to bloodlust you. They're just trying to wait until they get the speed burst, and then they can get you.
Aha.
It's a strategy, and it's really a big waste of time, but people still do it.
I'm just gonna, it looks broken. I just need to fix this for you.
A lot of Billies that you fight, which is the character that I am, right?
Right.
They will, breaking a pallet with their chainsaw is faster than just kicking it, right? So you'll see them like coming around if you're looping them, and they'll already have it out because they'll want to break the pallet. And when you see a Billy doing that, you can just run them around like a bunch of times because they're expecting you to throw the pallet down and they want to break it with their chainsaw like out of principle.
Aha. Okay.
So you'll see a lot of that happen. Billy's chainsaw will kill you in one hit no matter what. So it really like gives them a really big incentive to hit you with it instead of just one swat. Oh, also, I'm gonna show you something else that you'll probably never use. You know how you can fast go into a door, right? You can fast go into that locker, I mean, by holding shift.
Oh, I did not know that.
You can slowly go into things and you can quickly go into things with crouch and shift, and that's how you like don't make noise, or you do it quickly at the expense of making noise, right?
Oh, okay.
Well, if you're being chased by a Billy or a Leatherface, you can jump into a locker like this. You jump into that locker and then you do that, and then you jump back out with shifting in space. So say if he's revving up, you can run into that locker instead of getting hit. And then the second that I hit it, try to jump out.
Aha! I see.
Yeah. And it's the same thing works with Leatherface, except Leatherface has a longer fatigue time, so it's even better for Leatherface.
Awesome.
Yeah. Also, something to consider is that the killer's perspective is in first person. So if you crouch, I can't see you. I can't see you right now. I have to look down.
That's wild.
So that's like it helps sometimes because say if like the pallet's dropped right here and I want to go like drop this pallet real quick. All right, now say if I'm gonna break it, you can go behind me and crouch, right? And say someone just dropped a pallet on me, and I don't want to break it. I want to chase them, right? If I try to hit backwards, for some reason I won't be able to go backwards. If I just turn around, I won't know why. Why can't I move? And it happens a lot with early killers that they're like, why can't I go away? And then you look down and you're like, oh my god, there's a person right here stopping me. So that happens a lot too. It works often when a killer is trying to break the pallet.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the meat tree, which is what you're at right now, is like easily one of the best infants. Easily, you can run somebody around forever on this thing. And you see how there's a pallet right here.
Yes.
Assuming if you were assuming that I was getting bloodlust by chasing you, and not because I wasn't hitting you and I wasn't breaking a pallet, you could run me around here and try to smack me with it. And if you smack me with it, that would kill my bloodlust. Or if I broke it, that would kill my bloodlust. And then you would still have this pallet. So say if you were still running me around, you could turn this into a loop too, like this.
Okay.
You know, so this is a loop in of itself. It's just this place is this meat tree is so good. It's easily one of the safest places. It's such a good. See, I just got Bloodlust 1. There's 3 tiers of it. So now that the entity's on there, now you're going to have to use that as a loop. See, so I just got nothing, you know? That was like 20-25 seconds and I got nothing from it. And everybody's working on gens this entire time.
Right on. Right on. Nice. I like that.
Yeah. So a lot of the times, you'll have infinites next to loops or jungle gyms. Like there's a jungle gym right here, right next to the meat tree. This is insane. Like if you look at where this pallet used to be, there's a jungle gym right there, and there was a loop right here. Like that is ridiculous. You could be hanging out here forever.
Man, and I was just looking at everything as just randomly placed around, you know. I knew that there had to be some kind of strategy to look at these things, but I had no clue what it was.
Yeah.
But now, trying to recognize them on the other maps, too, is going to be a challenge for a while.
You'll definitely notice it. There's like, I don't know. The T-walls always look the same. All these will just look the same. Like if you run up to any one of these things and you see that there's a pallet, you know that if you go clockwise, there's a window. Here's something that you probably won't use too often. If you're hugging a wall like this, right? In this circumstance, you can do this. Just kind of look at it, and then keep running forwards. And I'll show you what happens sometimes. So go ahead and hug the wall, and then just kind of look towards it. No, but just keep running forwards. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Keep running towards the other door, because people think, oh, he's gonna jump the window and slow vault, so I'll hit him.
Ah, okay.
And you can definitely fake out a bunch of people like that. A lot of killers will think that, like it's a sure thing. Also, too, say if you were running around the killer shack, you'll sometimes see people crouch right here because of the killer's lack of right here. Like as they'll be coming in this door, and then they'll just turn and crouch right there. And as the killer comes around, since they're looking forwards, they just do that.
That's pretty tricky.
Or also, say if you are say if you're going out the window, go out the window and then turn left, like you're gonna run left, and then crouch and then start walking back, and it literally just looks like this. that works a lot too. Like the limited visibility that the killer has is very pronounced.
Man.
A lot of times people assume that you go for that. A lot of the times too, you'll see the infinites will be closed or open, like sometimes because the map is somewhat randomly generated between a certain amount of variants. You'll see that like a certain windows will be blocked and stuff like that, but the killer shack will always be the same.
Aha. Okay.
And yeah, the pig tree is also always the same. And so I don't know. What did you wanna do next?
That sounds pretty good to me. I wouldn't mind just popping into another match and see if I can recognize some of these things.
Yeah, definitely. It's because it's kind of difficult to get a person to want to kill your friends and stuff like that. So it's kind of nice that. Oh no! What? No, sorry. It's kind of nice that I could just show you that real quick, because you don't really need much more than that.
And that's going to be it for this episode. If you want to catch another one, be sure to subscribe. Consider supporting my channel through the Patreon link down in the video description. And feel free to check out any of my other videos or playlists you might be interested in. I thank you so much for all the time you spend on my channel, and I hope blessings of wisdom and peace on all of you. Farewell.